Hello everyone, this is Physics 101 and this lesson is on specific heat. So we ask the question, how much energy do I need to raise a certain temperature? So for example, I want to heat a glass of water. So how much heat do I need to put in this water so that it raises its temperature from, say, 25 degrees Celsius to 26 degrees Celsius? So this is answered using heat capacity. So heat capacity determines how much energy you need in order to raise raise the temperature of a substance, or how much heat do you need. So an object with high heat capacity, let's call it high C, this means that you need to input needs large heat in order to raise the temperature. So you can think of it like solid rocks. What else? Water. Water is very hard to heat. So an object with low heat capacity would only need it wouldn't need a large amount of heat, so doesn't need much heat to raise the temperature. So an example would be a metal wire. So when you put a metal wire in, for example, in a flame, the metal wire will experience a very high raise in temperature without needing that much Q. Whereas if you put, say, water in this flame, so for example, you put the water inside a container, so you need very large amount of heat in order to raise the temperature of that water. So in other words, heat capacity tells you how much energy you need to raise the temperature of certain materials. So high heat capacity means that the object is very hard to heat or to raise the temperature, while low heat capacity means that the object can raise its temperature given a small amount of heat applied. Now, of course, if we take, for example, the heat capacity of wire, but if we raise the wire in a very large mass, for example, from 1 kilogram to, say, 20 or 200, even 200 kilograms, of course, the property of this wire, it will be that it will be very hard to raise the temperature because you would have to apply heat in all parts of this wire. So what physicists did was they assigned a quantity that is independent of the amount of matter of this wire. So they called it specific heat, or also it's called specific heat capacity, or let's just call it specific heat. So specific heat is just simply the heat capacity, capital C, per mass. So you are removing the dependence of the amount of matter of certain objects. So even if you have a large wire or a small wire, the specific heat will be the same as long as the material is the same. So the unit of heat capacity is in calories per temperature, or calories per degree Celsius, or it can also be calories per Kelvin or joules per Kelvin. Now for specific heat, the unit would be calories per, this should be Celsius degree, because this is a change in temperature, per kilogram, or calories per kilogram Kelvin, or joules per kilogram Kelvin.